A new effort to keep women from bearing it all in the name of equality moves forward. News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live in downtown Asheville this morning. And Victoria, we are talking about that plan to change the law to end the topless rallies in Asheville, right?
Absolutely. That is what's going on. In fact, we're getting word that this bill that was introduced to change the indecent exposure law in our state is actually moving to the full House floor. The goal is to make it so that the rally that has stirred so much controversy and now taken place 2 years in a row here in Asheville and other rallies that might be planned like it across our state will not happen. Of course, the rally's organizers said they figured this out and set it up so that women could exercise their rights. And as we look at some of the video here, the first year it had a pretty significant turnout, but the second year they were expecting thousands and only got a few dozen people. The concept was the organizers encouraged women to come here to the public park here in downtown Asheville and go topless. And what now is happening is a lawmaker from Davidson County has introduced a bill that would change it. And basically what it would do to the measure is rewrite the indecent exposure law for women. It would ban them from baring their breasts. The only exception would, of course, be for breastfeeding mothers. And if this becomes law, first-time offenders could actually see some jail time. I'll let you know how long they could spend in jail coming up in our next half hour. Live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
A plan to make it illegal for women to go topless in public makes progress with lawmakers. News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live in downtown Asheville. So what is happening with the bill to bring an end to those topless rallies here?
Well, it's actually moving to the full House floor, and this was a bill that Representative Tim Moffitt here in Asheville co-sponsored, and it is in direct response to the rallies that have been taking place in the park and in this downtown area behind me for the last 2 years. But the sponsors of those rallies had been encouraging women to get out and exercise their rights under the current indecent exposure law. The way it stands now, it is not illegal for a woman to bare her breasts in public. They are not considered under the part of the law that would ban that. But what would happen under this new law is that they would be it would ban women baring their breasts in public, and the first-time offenders of this would actually possibly get up to 6 months in jail if they're convicted on this charge. The turnout for the rallies of the first year was a few thousand. The second year it dropped significantly, so the novelty seemed to have worn off, but there were so many people still concerned about it that Moffitt and a representative from Davidson County worked together to write this legislation. And as I said, it's moving to the full House, and we will be following its progress as it makes its way through the General Assembly in Raleigh. Live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
The annual Topless rally in downtown Asheville could be on its way out. A plan to change North Carolina's indecent exposure law is moving forward.
News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live in Asheville this morning. And Victoria, what's happening?
Well, the plan to make the adjustments to the law is actually going to go to the full House floor. Now, if you remember, Representative Tim Moffitt here from Asheville is a co-sponsor of this bill, and it came about because of so much concern over the fact that this rally has been taking place now 2 years. In fact, 2 years ago, in 2011, organizers encouraged women to drop their tops and head out to the park here in Asheville to just exercise their rights under the law. The current law does not ban a woman from baring her breasts in public. And what would happen under this new proposed law, which again is going to the full House now, it would make it a ban on women exposing their breasts in public. There would be one exception, and that would be for breastfeeding mothers. And the interesting thing about this is that there also would be some pretty strict punishments infringed or imposed even on the first-time offense. Coming up in our next half hour, I'll let you know what those are and just how much jail time we're talking about. Reporting live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
Well, keep your top on or face some jail time. That's the gist of a bill to try to put an end to the annual Topless rally in Asheville.
News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live downtown. And Victoria, these changes would make it illegal for women to go topless in public, right?
That's the exact goal for this, Holly and Frank. What they're looking for is Representative Tim Moffitt and another lawmaker introduced this bill directly because of the rallies that have been taking place in this park down here the last 2 summers. The rallies are held to encourage women to take advantage of the current law, which allows them to go topless. The indecent exposure law in our state does not include a woman's breast as being a part of the ban. And what the lawmakers are trying to do is get that added as a ban, with the exception of breastfeeding mothers. And the first-time offense could carry up to 6 months in jail. I did some checking, and the response from the Go Topless rally organizers has been very clear. In fact, their next rally is scheduled for this coming summer, August 25th, right here in downtown Asheville. And they're saying that they are vowing to fight this, and even if it does pass, that they're planning to still continue to have this rally. And what their whole goal is that if the law changes and women aren't allowed to show their bare breasts, they're going to make sure at the rally that the law enforcement makes the men follow the same rules as the women. The idea is to keep gender equality in place. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But right now, what's happening with the ban and the effort to adjust the indecent exposure laws in our state is it's moving to the full House floor. We'll follow the progress through the General Assembly in Raleigh. We'll let you know what it means for the Topless rally that's right now still scheduled for this coming summer. Live in Asheville, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.